Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. This is Dr. Ephraim. Today's date is December 13th, 2022. And if you listen to the sound of my voice, that means you were blessed to see another day. And for that, all praise, honor, and glory is due to the Most High God of Israel, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, for now and forever. All right, everybody, welcome. I want to welcome all my new subscribers. Got close to 1,000 now in like the last 2 months of new subscribers. So I want to welcome you all and thank you for participating, liking the videos, commenting, sharing. It all helps in the viewership. And if you haven't already, if you're old and new alike, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell and select all, so that way you'll be notified every time I upload a new presentation. So I still recommend just coming to the channel daily, not totally relying on YouTube, my people, because the viewership is just really not there, man. And it just doesn't make sense. I know that my channel for a fact is being suppressed, or the content is being filtered in some way internally, but they're saying that it's not. But clearly it is, man. But either way, y'all, to each and every one of you, thank you for your support and your words and your encouragement and all that. And as frustrating as it is, I'm going to try to keep it moving, but that's what it is. Welcome to another episode of Real Talk Tuesdays. Now, on Real Talk Tuesdays, for many of you who aren't aware of that and what that is, Real Talk Tuesdays is a day that I pick to talk about whatever I feel, right? There's no format, it's not about scripture, it's not about E1B1A, DNA, none of that. Really, it's about whatever I feel like talking about. I wanted to kind of open up so we can kind of, because a lot's going on in the world, right? So I don't want to just keep the content stagnated with one or two particular things. I try to keep it interesting and mix it up, to keep it interesting. But the bottom line is, when I present something, I want it to be, I want to be able to say, hey, I co-signed this myself. Y'all know how I do, kind of thing, right? So, what I want to talk about today, in this episode of Real Talk Tuesdays, man, is something that I'm sure some of you have either been involved with in some way, know about, or heard about, obviously, and it's domestic violence, man. There's a story that kind of just recently came to my attention, man. And shout out to the young lady who just lost her life not too long ago, Miss Keaira Hudson, from Buffalo, New York, man. I seen a video not long after she married this dude, man. This dude was on she posted a Facebook video of this guy like beating on her, like, like something was seriously wrong with him, man. Like, I couldn't believe what I was watching, man. Like, a man was doing that to a woman. Like, I'm like, man, so I was kind of, torn between what I wanted to talk about today. And when I saw that, I was like, yeah, I'm talking about domestic violence. Listen, my sisters, y'all know how I do, man. I love y'all, man. The Most High didn't put y'all here to be nobody's punching bag. You understand? I know that sometimes, um, if you disagree, my granddaddy told me a long time ago. He said, if you can't get along, you need to depart. If any man feels he has to put his hand on a woman, then he don't need to be with her. And any man that puts his hand on you, and then you need to leave. Now, the whole thing about domestic violence. First, let me preface by saying this. I'm certified in domestic violence, right? I don't play that. I don't play them kind of games, man. Like, if you a so-called man, we can go out in the front yard. You know what I'm saying? Hit me. That's what I'm talking about. Put your hands on me like that. Since you got so much aggression and all this on a woman, you can come on. You know what I'm saying? We can go out in the front yard. I got one little sister, man, by my mom, who was raised with us, me and my older brother. And so essentially, my sister got two older brothers who was very protective of her. And I remember one time there was a situation where my mom, first of all, my mom taught us, don't ever put your hands on nobody. Don't ever initiate contact or keep your hands to yourself, right? And so she raised us like that. So I know that if me, my brother, my sister ever got into a physical skirmish, I know that they was defending themselves, or I was defending myself, because we ain't gonna just haul off and just knock the hell out of somebody. We wouldn't raise like that. So one day, I'm inside me, one of the homies, we at the crib. This is back in the shit, man. This is back in the '80s, man. And I told my little sister, I said, don't you leave from the front of that door. You know what I'm saying? Her being young and all her little friends, I guess they found their way, went around the corner or whatever. And so, I'm not thinking too much about it. I'm thinking she out there in the front, playing with her little friends or whatever. Next thing you know, the doorbell ring. I'm like, yeah, it's a little kid. I'm like, yeah, what's up? And he's like, so and so around the corner. He slapped your sister. I said, whose sister? I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, first of all, my little sister was supposed to be in the front. Anyway, I told D, I said, come on. So, I'm mob out. I ain't even grabbed no shirt. I'm out there in my Dickies and Chuck Taylors. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm mobbing. My little sister coming around the corner and she crying. And so, I'm seeing this. I'm like, what happened? And she was like, so, he slapped me. I said, come on. Come on. So me and D, we mob around the corner. And this dude, he chilling. He on the car, laid out. He like, yeah, I guess he thought I was going to say, yeah, man, what you slapped my sister for and all this and that. Man, it wasn't no words, man. That time, ain't nothing to talk about. Now, I just went up to him, man, and just punched him in his face. And it was on. And I beat this dude like it wasn't no tomorrow, man, for putting his hand on my sister. And then, and he lucky my older brother wasn't there. And so I was supposedly the quiet brother, right? And I beat this dude, well, first of all, let me say, God bless his soul, because he's no longer with us, he died in a car accident. I mean, a motorcycle accident many years later. But man, I put hands on that boy so bad, man, I'm trying to take the word, got him, and he was like, man, and so, and I'm sharing that to say that, I protected my little sister because, that's my little sister. I wish an end would put his hand on my sister, even now to this day. Like I don't play that, man. Putting your hands on a woman, man. Listen, man. If it's all that, and you can't, deal with her or whatever the case may be, then leave her alone. My granddaddy also told me that if you really want to hurt a female, leave her alone. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really understand that when I was young, but as I got older, I understood what he was talking about. So anyway, you know, I'm very protective of mine, man. The thing about domestic violence is just it's kind of like, and I know because one of the first things that comes to my mind is, well, where's these young ladies' brothers? Where's the males in her family? That's the first thing that comes to my mind. But the reality is, and many of y'all know this. Some of y'all at least. Sometimes women go through stuff, man, and then they become sympathetic towards the abuser. You know what I'm saying? Her brothers or her uncles would go over there and put hands and feet on the dude. And, next thing you know, she go back with him. Or, whatever the case. Y'all don't do him like that. This and that. They want to try to protect him. The same dude is literally physically hurting her. They go to protect him. That's Stockholm syndrome, man. I mean, and so my thing is, I know how that go. I don't want to make a woman feel like I'm what's the word I'm looking for? Judging her, because, that's the first thing that comes to my mind, right? Where are the males in her family? I know she got to have some brothers, some first cousins, some uncles, something. Like, what would make a dude think that he can take and put his hands and beat on a woman like he beating on another man? What you understand what I'm saying? Without having some repercussions behind that. You understand? Because I'm telling you, man, that video I seen of Miss Hudson, man, that was sad, man. I mean, rest in peace, and may the Most High have mercy on her eternal soul, man. That was sad, you know. But the thing is, the thing a lot of you sisters and some of you brothers gotta understand, man, it's real easy to sit back and say, well, how come she just didn't leave, or or how come she keep going back? Listen, man, when you're dealing with mental and emotional issues or whatever the case may be, you're not thinking like a regular rational person. You're not doing what a regular quote unquote rational person would do. And when you factor in that, they pretty much, they got that little Stockholm syndrome to the point that they've been abused so much and so long, they sympathize with their abuser. You know what I'm saying? You coming over there to help her, you running over there, you and the homies, or you and your brothers, your uncles, whoever. Like I said, y'all beat the dude down. Next thing you know, she back with him, or she trying to, get y'all up off of him. Y'all done jumped on him, and now she's seeing that he getting what he give her, and now she feels sorry for him, and that happens more oftentimes than not. That actually happens, So unfortunately, man, he ended up killing her, man, because I mean, clearly he didn't waste no time. Let me tell you something, ladies. I do not agree that a man is just going to wake up one day and just be able to even want to abuse a woman like that. And what I mean by that is that they show signs, man. And ladies, please do not try to explain the sign or say, "Oh, he just didn't." No, don't make no excuses, man. Maya Angelou said, "When somebody shows you who they are, believe them." And this is in no way, please believe, judging y'all, because I got y'all back. Remember, I'm certified domestic violence, right? So, and obviously, because that's something near and dear to me. Anyone who would abuse a woman or a child, man, I have no use for. Period. Point blank. Right. So that's I'm coming in the spirit of love, not in the spirit of judgment. And what I'm saying is, even from a counseling perspective, is that man is going to show you. Is going to be some red flags there. It's your job, ladies, not to ignore them or not to try to explain it or give him an out for the red flags. Normally, when a man exhibits, jealousy qualities or possessive qualities, listen, I know from a fact and from experience, stuff like that doesn't normally get better with time, ladies. It gets worse, and sometimes, unfortunately, it could go for it goes from the jealousy and the possessiveness, to the physical violence. It might just start one day where he just haul off and just smack you one time, pow. Oh, baby, I ain't mean to do that. I'm sorry. I don't know. I was tripping. I was drinking. Or making an excuse. And you want to believe it. You know what I'm saying? Because this is the man that you love, right? He shouldn't want to hit you or hurt you. You know what I'm saying? So you forgive him. He said, I'll never do it again. I'll never put my hands on you again. And then for the next, couple weeks, couple months, everything is all gravy. And then next thing you know, y'all get into it again, and bow, he smack you again. See, what you see him now is a pattern. This is what abusers do, right? Once they exhibit the abusive behavior, they oh baby, I didn't mean to do it, or I was tripping, I was drunk, all these different things they say, right? And so you feel sorry for them, you forgive them. But let me tell you, my granddaddy said, if a man hits you one time, I guarantee you that won't be the last. You pack your things. You don't even have to tell him. You don't have to make no big thing about it. Just get your things one day. Dude, go to work, get your things, and you get up out of there. Get your child or whatever. And I know sometimes people say, well, I got these kids and this and that. Listen, man, what good are the kids going to do if you stay in an abusive relationship that could eventually cost you your life? Right? Don't let that be an excuse to make you stay. Let that be an excuse to give you the strength to leave, ladies. Leave that situation, man. Listen, it's not worth it. Your life is not worth it. Don't try to protect a man who's literally trying to hurt you. He's not caring about your kids. You staying is not helping your kids. If your life is potentially on the line, I'm not coming from a judgment standpoint. I'm speaking from the heart. Because I don't have no use for a pedophile or domestic violence dude. I don't have no use for it. You understand? Back in my day, man, I'll meet you in the front yard. You know what I'm saying? My older brother, he raised me like that, how to fight. Like I didn't start, and I wouldn't start nothing, but I never backed down from a fight. I wish her end would, man. I'm trying to tell you, man. Oh my God, I wish her end would. I was on some Cedric the Entertainer stuff. You understand? We didn't play like that. We didn't play like that. And I was the quiet one. My older brother, shit. To this day, he a old. I call him an old man now. But to this day, man, his reputation in the streets, dudes still respect him like you wouldn't believe. He's an old dude now, man, doing this thing. You know what I mean? He chilling, but he still got that respect though from back in the day. So, you know, my thing is, and ladies, listen to me. I decided to do this domestic violence because, like I said, that story inspired it. But there's so many stories like it, man. So just one of you right now listening to this, probably tears just dropping because I'm speaking about your life. You in a relationship, man, with this dude, putting hands on you, and you might be even trying to keep it away from your family. I'm talking about where's the dudes? The dudes is there, but they don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause you got those men who try to keep you, separated from your family, keep you isolated. They don't want you to go around them. They don't want them to see the black eye or the busted mouth or the broken rib or whatever they doing to you over there. Ladies, please, man, don't go. Listen, it's not worth that. You more precious than that. God didn't put you here to be no dude's punching bag. You understand what I'm saying? There is help for you. Start with your family, even if you don't want to. If you feel embarrassed about telling your family, because I've heard that too. I've counseled women. You know what I'm saying? They said they didn't tell their family about the abuse because they felt embarrassed about it. I mean, imagine that a female who we supposed to protect, man, feeling embarrassed that a man, a full-bodied, able man, is putting hands on her and abusing her. She feels embarrassed about that. Come on, man. We gotta we better than that. And there's hotlines out there, domestic violence awareness. There's help, ladies, for real. You don't have to suffer in silence. You understand? Like seriously, like if you feel embarrassed, and you don't want to tell nobody, whatever. There's 800 numbers, and I hope that YouTube puts up a domestic awareness of violence number on this video, like they did for the one of the other videos I put up. For all you ladies out there that may be experiencing, domestic violence. The DMV is a serious thing, man. I mean, you can't even get a job. You definitely can't get a federal job, and there's a lot of state jobs you couldn't even get if you say you got a DMV, or it automatically disqualifies you for certain jobs. And if you lie and you got a DMV on your record, and you lie and say you don't, and they find out, guess what? You lying, you gonna get fired anyway. Because number one, because you lied, and number two, you got a DMV, you don't even qualify. And I believe that's how it should be. Just like pedophiles. I don't have no love and use for pedophilia, man. Anybody that would harm a child or a kid, or abuse a kid in any way, man, no, just no love there. No nothing for me. Period. Point blank. Those are the two worst things you could do, man, where I'm from, man. A chomo, which is short for, that's the worst jacket you could have on you. A chomo. That's a dude that abuses kids. You understand? So not to go on a tangent or veer off, 'cause I'm talking to my, all the women out there. And it don't matter what race you are. Domestic violence don't know no race. It don't even know no age. Older women go through just as much as young, or even younger. Teenagers go through it. You understand? I mean, and because that kind of violence is a learned behavior, and it's a cycle. It's a cycle that will continue to perpetuate if you don't break it. You have to gather the strength and say, listen, through tears, that I'm going to break this cycle. I'm not going to let this man harm me, harm my kids, or have it not, have it to where, I might not possibly be here for my kids because this man is abusing me, and he may even, I may even lose my life to this man. This young woman, Miss Hudson, said that, if she did die, it would be at the hands of this dude, and she would not be resting in peace. Man, that's some sad stuff, man. That is some sad stuff. So, I'm not with that. I'm not even trying to play with it like that. So ladies, for all of you listening out there, there are 800 numbers. There's help for you. You do not have to suffer in silence, because domestic violence is wrong. It's wrong in the eyes of God. It's wrong in the eyes of the law. It's just wrong, period. You understand? I'm into my black peoples. I get it. I know we was raised culturally. It's a little different for us. I know sometimes our women could be a little more aggressive. They trying to get their opinion or whatever. And my aunt told me a long time ago, as a woman, you need to know how to say your piece and keep it moving and let it go. And that's the thing. Some of our younger women haven't been taught, and they don't know how to speak their piece and let it go. I've seen situations where my homies, with their girls, and they girls cussing them out, and they doing this and that. And you sorry, Emma Effa? And just disrespectful. I mean, like, wow. And as a man, me personally, I'm gonna walk away from that. You understand? Because those are just words. Like, I ain't finna stand here and you finna go off on me, cuss me out, like, like you ain't got no doggone sense. I'm gonna walk away. But see, every man don't have that kind of restraint. You see, and the next thing you know, she going off, trying to express herself, whatever case may be. And the next thing you know, she in a domestic violence situation because the dude done got tired of her. He done went off and popped off on her, and now she in the situation. So that's what my aunt was meaning when she told me. She said, as a young lady, as a young woman, you have to learn how to speak your piece and let it go. That's exactly what she meant. Because, I was young when she was telling me this. I wouldn't really understand what she was talking about because, I ain't have no girlfriends at, 10, 11 years old, but she's giving me all this game about stuff. And so when I thought back on what she had told me, that's what she was meaning because I saw it as I got older. And like I said, my homies, with their girlfriends, whatever stuff that they was going through. That's why me personally, I love all my sisters, man. But there's a certain demographic I do not fool with because I don't have the patience, and I'm not trying to do that. I'm not trying to go there and get in no kind of mix up with nobody. You understand? So there's no and please don't get it misconstrued or don't get it twisted. I'm not saying that to say that, that's some type of excuse. What I'm saying is that my aunt told me that a young woman has to understand and know how to speak your piece and let it go. You don't go to man. You don't keep at him, keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing. You don't do that. You say what you need to say and get on. And unfortunately, a lot of our people haven't been taught that, and they don't know how to do that, and so they keep going on and on and on until the situation explodes into something that they don't want. So that's what I'm saying. Not that that's an excuse, but it's just that I remembered her telling me that, and I didn't understand what she meant until I got older and seen it. And I was like, okay, that's what Aunt P was talking about. Say what you got to say, and keep it moving. So anyway, that story inspired me to talk about domestic violence awareness. Something near and dear to me. I care about that. I think we need to protect our women, take care of them. Not putting no hand. Any man to put hand on a woman, man, is man. I can't even say what I want to say, man. But you weak. You weak as a soup sandwich, man. You call yourself putting your hands on a woman. You talking all that tough stuff, like nigga, man. Like I said, I wish her end would, man. I wish her end would. you don't talk about some sexual entertainer stuff, man. Me to this day, I'm older now, and I still feel that same passion and energy, man. Somebody put their hands on a woman in my family. I'm pulling up. Hey, I might not hop out as fast no more, doggone, but I'm pulling. You best believe I'm pulling up. You put your hands on somebody female in my family. That's real talk. So, I love y'all, man. I just wanted to kind of bring this to the forefront. Like I said, domestic violence. When I heard about that story, I decided that's what I was going to talk about, and that's what I did, man. So hopefully, like I said to you ladies out there that's in the situation or know somebody that's in the situation, listen, get them out of that. There's help out there, man. Especially if they got kids involved. Because too many women lose their lives behind domestic violence, and that's where they will eventually will go to, unfortunately, if they don't leave that situation. All right, so I'm saying this out of love, man. So to all my sisters out there, even some of the brothers, this is out of love. All right, we all we got. So we gotta really take care of each other, man. And on that note, I'm gonna go ahead and end this. But so until the next lesson or segment or Real Talk Tuesdays, it's Dr. Ephraim signing off, saying Shalom, elect. Be cool, be good, and God bless.